Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time of the day or night you're watching from. So Sophie here, Sophie Giuliano here. So whether you're watching on Facebook, I'm streaming on multiple platforms here, or YouTube, you're welcome. If you're a YouTube subscriber, you are very, very welcome. And hopefully there's loads of YouTubers on. That's wonderful, YouTube subscribers. Fabulous, fabulous. So welcome. So today or tonight, I am going to be talking about anti-aging skincare, and I'm going to be talking about sort of different, how we have to look at our skincare, our anti-aging skincare. I'm now 50. I sometimes have to go, how old am I? I'm 56 years old. But I look at it really from a holistic point of view, because we can't just slap on a cream and slap on a serum and hope for the best, because that's never going to fix it. It's like anything that I teach. You know, I teach a lot about weight loss, and I help many clients on their weight loss journey. But of course, it's not a diet, because that, again, is something else, just as a quick fix, a quick band-aid that eventually you're going to spring back to your old ways. So we have to take a different approach with everything and really look at everything. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Deb. Hi, Luann. Hi, Cheryl. So glad you're on. We have to look at everything from a holistic point of view, which means that we're taking the whole of you into account. And when it comes to skincare, we have to really consider, obviously, what you eat, what you drink, your stress levels, because you can have the most expensive, unbelievably, legendary skincare in the world, also the skincare that supposedly will lift and, zap all your wrinkles off in a matter of days, which none of them do. But honestly, if you're not really taking care of yourself, if you're not managing your stress levels, if you're not managing your diet, if you're not, hydrating properly, getting enough sleep, sorting out your hormones and all of that, then, we have to really look at all areas. And that's what I do. So that's what I love to do. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Denise. Hi, Yvette. All right. So we have a great community here. As we're going through the live stream tonight, please ask any questions if you have any questions. Now, I may not be able to get to all your questions when we're actually live. So don't be shy about asking questions, because we are going to be digging into specific foods. I invite you to have a pen and paper handy, notepad handy, really for your skin. I want to answer skincare questions, and I'm going to be showing you a skincare line that I really like that's really affordable. So that's going to be there for you. And so be prepared to take notes and do ask questions, even when I get to starting about talk to you about the skincare line that I'm going to show you. You're welcome to ask questions, and then we can come in later and answer those questions. Hi, Lorene. Hey, so this is great. Okay, hopefully it's working. Can you all hear me okay? Can some of my lovely regulars let me know if I am audible for you? I'm just sipping right now on my tea, my green tea. Leah, I must have been reading your mind. Okay, that's fantastic. Yes, great, fantastic. Thank you, Cheryl. Always can I depend on you? All right, so without further ado, ladies, one of the things that I do want to say, for those of you who are new to me and my channel and what I do, I'm a board certified nutritionist. My passion is nutrition. My other passion that has been for probably about 12 years now, since my very first book, Gorgeously Green, launched on Oprah over 12 years ago now, is skincare, is green beauty, plant-based beauty, cruelty-free beauty that is as anti-aging as it can possibly be. Luckily, the landscape has changed so dramatically and significantly compared to how it was 10 or 12 years ago. Now we have so many choices available to us. So I'm in the fortunate position of road testing many of these different brands, and really finding ones for you that are budget friendly and that really pack a punch, and are ones that I think are, I've tested and work really well for my skin. So I'm excited to share that with you today. So stick around to the end. I am going to get straight to it. If you're new to my work, if you've never worked with me before, if you are stuck on your weight loss and wellness journey, if you feel that you just don't quite know where to start on that, and you know maybe a little bit about my work, I highly recommend you watch my masterclass, which is 5 shifts that I actually give to my beautiful clients, some of whom are on today. The 5 shifts that I give you to lose those unwanted pounds permanently, because there's no point, is there, just going on a quick weight loss diet and they all come back again. So we don't work like that. And to find your glow from the inside out. So take a look at that masterclass. I think, Catherine, if you could pop in the link, I think Catherine's on. Hi, Teresa. She's going to pop in the link for that right now. Go grab that link so you've got it for later, and I'll mention it right at the end. So it's my masterclass. It's free. Watch it. You will probably learn quite a lot from that. That's wonderful, Peaches. Peaches Skincare is on. Okay, so thank you. Catherine's put the link into the masterclass. Make sure you watch that. All right, so without further ado, let's talk about nutrition. Let's talk about what we need to eat to really make sure we can maximize our beautiful glowing skin. And we hear a lot, it sounds like fluff to go glowing from the inside out, but honestly, it's the truth. Obviously, if you're eating a diet that is full of unhealthy fats and sugar and processed foods and additives and everything else, your skin is not going to glow. It's not going to look amazing. I mean, look, I'll preface all of this whole talk on anti-aging, skincare, and beauty by saying that there is nothing more beautiful than a woman who walks in a room who is excited to be who she is. And actually, I was just talking about that a little bit earlier on a coaching call I was doing with some of my beautiful clients, coaching clients, and we were talking about exactly that. And it really was just such an important piece that one of my lovely graduating clients, Mary, was saying, I'm now excited to be me. And honestly, regardless of what she puts on her skin, what makeup she's wearing, whether she's got roots in her hair or hasn't, whatever, there's nothing so beautiful and gorgeous as a woman, I think you would agree, who walks in a room, a man or a woman, but a woman, we speak mainly to women here, who she walks in and she carries that energy of she's just excited to be who she is. And that truly is the deep, deep work that I do with my clients. So again, if you're sort of interested in finding out a little bit more about that work, watch the masterclass, because that will lead you to, how you can possibly end up working with me. But food is a really, really big component of every single thing I teach, because food is not only our medicine, but food works synergistically together to give you the nutrients that you need for beautiful skin and beautiful hair and beautiful nails. And that is why, for the most part, as a holistic nutritionist, I prefer that you eat food rather than take supplements. Now, there are hundreds of millions of supplements out there that are being marketed to us day and night. The collagen supplements, the hair growth supplements, the I don't know what supplements that are supposedly going to have you, grow a thick head of hair in a week's time and, juice up your skin with all this collagen. And it just isn't true. I'm going to bust that myth right out the water now. Don't waste your money, because you see, the thing is, just remember, there are some nutrients and there are some supplements that you do need to take as you get older, and particularly if you eat the way that I recommend my clients to eat. There are a small handful of supplements that you will need to supplement with. But for the most part, what I recommend to you and I recommend to my clients is that if you're eating a really healthy diet that is chock full of fresh fruits and vegetables, then you're going to be getting these vitamins and minerals and compounds and amino acids that you need to build the collagen in your skin and to create beautiful skin from the inside out. Stephanie, what is the best vegan omega? There is one that I really like, Stephanie, which is called Q-Well. But anyway, I'm going to get to that in just a second. Okay, but first let's talk about, now grab your pen and paper, everybody, grab your notepad. I'm going to be whistling through this information very, very quickly. You can ask questions, but I don't want you to miss anything as I go through. And I'm not going to, I'll get to your questions later, or Catherine will be able to answer some of your questions, because I don't want it to interrupt my flow here. I want you to get this information, okay? Let's talk about I want to break this down by breaking down the different vitamins that are very important, or vitamins, if you're watching from the UK, that are very, very important for the integrity of your skin, of building good skin. Okay, so let's start off with vitamin E. Okay, so vitamin E, this is what you need to make sure you're getting in your diet to make sure you're getting enough vitamin E. You want almonds, right? Now, whenever I mention a nut or a seed, it needs to be raw. All right, so make sure it is raw, not roasted or salted. So vitamin E is almonds, sunflower seeds. I love sunflower seeds. You can buy sprouted sunflower seeds that are absolutely delicious, and eat handfuls of those as a really, really delicious snack. Spinach, avocado, sweet potato, dark leafy greens, and hazelnuts. So that's your vitamin E. All right. So you don't have to, go take a vitamin E oil or a vitamin E supplement. We're going to get to skincare in a moment, ladies. All right. So I'm just quickly whistling through food, literally for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. And then we are going to get to skincare. So stay around, because you're not going to want to miss this skincare line. And it is just fantastic, and you're going to love it, and it's affordable, and you're going to, it's fantastic. So that is your vitamin E. Okay, very important for your skin. Now let's talk about vitamin A. Right, so vitamin A is also extremely important for your skin, your carotenoids. All right, so think about, this is the season 4 right now. Think about carrots, squash, winter squash. Who's beginning to eat that winter squashes now? I'm eating so much butternut squash, acorn squash. What's your favorite squash? Put it in the chat, put it in the comments. Dark leafy greens come into a lot of these categories. Pumpkin. All right. So right now it's pumpkin season. So don't just think about pumpkin as in, pumpkin pie or carving a pumpkin. Think of different ways that you can get pumpkin. It's so full of these skin loving compounds. Think of ways that you can get fresh pumpkin. Be careful when you buy canned pumpkin at the store. A lot of the time it comes with sugar in it. So if you buy it in a can, it has to be unsweetened, ideally organic, or just hack into a pumpkin and start using those beautiful pumpkins, that dark orange flesh, and finding ways that you can just, you can roast it. You can make the most delicious pumpkin soup, curried pumpkin soup, cream of pumpkin soup, delicious. All right. Red bell peppers. That's another one. You could combo it and make a really, really rich vitamin A soup with pumpkin and roasted red peppers. How delicious. Mango is another one. Tomato and peaches. So when you think of these, how we can combo them so easily in one dish. So just there, you could make a curry or a soup containing carrot, pumpkin, red peppers, tomatoes. Okay, so see how easy it is. And when we're eating a beautiful, clean, whole food, plant-based diet, you're just going to get those nutrients anyway. Those of you ladies that are working with me, who are doing my program and everything, you're golden as far as skincare is concerned, because that's all you're eating, all these skin-loving, body-loving foods. So you don't even have to worry about it. And you've taken out all the anything that could be deleterious to your skin. And many, many foods can, many oils can, particularly when we start heating oils. But we're not going to get into that today, because I do want to get through these foods so that we can get to the skincare. Okay. Copper containing foods. You might have heard of foods that contain copper, right? The mineral that we do need. Oh, you made roasted butternut squash. How delicious, Marie. Okay, so copper, sesame and sunflower seeds. Sesame seeds, I think, is almost the forgotten seed that is so healthy. So that's your tahini. Tahini is ground up sesame seeds. Sesame seeds, exactly. So, or you can just get sesame seeds, golden sesame seeds or black sesame seeds, really healthy, and sprinkle them on your food, on your salad, on your veggies, on pretty much anything. And again, sunflower seeds. Notice how sunflower seeds fall into two of these important skin-loving food categories here. Cashew nuts, really fantastic. Mushrooms. Mushroom is like the superfood of the world, as far as I'm concerned, for immunity, for skin, for weight loss, for everything. Mushrooms, love your mushrooms. Soybeans, think edamame beans, any kind of soy product. Tempeh, which is basically fermented soybeans that are sort of smushed together into a block. It's delicious. I cook a lot with it. I teach my clients to cook with it. Chickpeas and lentils. So all those foods contain copper, okay? Now, a lot of ladies ask me about, or ladies and gents here, ask me about collagen and collagen supplements, and should you take collagen supplements? Well, a lot of collagen supplements really don't translate to your skin. That's number one. You think, oh, I'm going to pop a collagen supplement or pop a collagen powder, and it's going to go directly to my skin. Not really the case. Not too much solid scientific evidence on that one, I'm afraid. So don't waste your money. Instead, think of the foods that are the precursors that actually help your body to make its own natural collagen. So silica foods would be bananas, oats, raisins, leeks, green beans, wheat, and brown rice. And when we think of wheat, it doesn't necessarily have to be a loaf of whole wheat bread. When we think of wheat, you can get really healthy wheat berries. You can do farro, which is a really kind of unprocessed form of strain of wheat. So those are the silica foods, right, that will help to feed your body to create this collagen. And now listen carefully, when they are comboed with vitamin C rich foods, such as all the foods like all your red bell peppers, obviously your citrus fruits, any food that is really, really high, fruit that is high in vitamin C. Another one that I recommend to some of you, certainly my clients, and some of you have followed me on various YouTube videos, is amla powder, spelled AMLA. Amla powder, very, very high in vitamin C. So just by making your smoothie in the morning, if your smoothie in the morning has banana in it, if it has some, what am I saying here, amla powder, okay, and then you've got your berries, then you're combining all these foods together, and that's what your body loves. That's what nature loves. MCT oil, that is Linda. Yeah, healthy fats are really important. And that was what I was going to just finish off my little sort of beautiful foods for your skin. So, a lot of people say, well, what about healthy fats? Surely we need really healthy fats for our skin. And we do need healthy fats for our skin and for our brain and for every single cell in our body. We need healthy fats. I don't think we need MCT oil. You probably know, if you've been following me a while, that coconut oil is not to be confused with a health food, because it's very, very high in saturated fat. And so I wouldn't recommend coconut oil. MCT oil has some of the compounds, if you like, very simplistically speaking, some of the bad stuff taken out and some of the good stuff stays in. But it's really up to you, Linda. And again, it's also up to you, because you have to choose. It's up to you. If you're also watching your calories and watching your weight, then we really don't want those added oils in there. We only want the essential fatty acids. That is the oils, the essential fatty acids that we cannot make in our body. And those omega-3s, we're going to get partially from foods such as walnuts. Walnuts are very, very, very high in your omega-3 fatty acids. So think walnuts, think seeds. But if you're going to pick one nut that has probably the highest amount of omegas, because you see nuts have so many different health benefits for your skin. Some nuts are extremely high in antioxidants, such as pecans, right? So again, isn't it lovely? We're in the season now, fall, and two of the foods that I've mentioned, pecan nuts and pumpkins, are so healthy and good for your skin and good for your body. It's just that now we've adulterated them to such an extent that you can barely find a pumpkin or a pecan or pecan food that isn't centered around sugar. It's a baked good, it's a cake, it's a pie, it's a muffin, it's a, whatever, a pecan pie. So ladies and gents, if you're watching, think differently about these foods, particularly seasonal fall foods. Please try and think about how you can have them, in a form that's really, really healthy. Okay, so yes, Catherine, send me some questions. Catherine's sending me some questions here. I'm going to answer a couple of questions. Then we're going on to skincare. Stay tuned. Don't leave your seats. Take a front row seat because this is exciting. And I know, as much as we love to talk about, I can nerd out about nutrition I could go on for 9 hours about nutrition, but I do want to get onto skincare. And it's fun. So Catherine's going to pull some questions. Okay. Apple cider vinegar. Yes. Oh, and actually, Linda, you've reminded me that another really important thing before I go off the topic of nutrition is hydrating properly. And hydrating properly is vitally important. You really want to be drinking 6 to 8 tall glasses of filtered water every single day, not chlorinated water, but filtered water every single day, and tons of, guess what kind of tea I'm going to say? Those who've been following me for a long time, those who are a member of my channel, it's called, my YouTube channel, it's called Gorgeously Green. Exactly. So lots and lots of green tea. Okay. Really, really important. Okay. All right. So a couple of questions here. All right, so we're on to skincare now because everybody's asking skincare questions. So that's your food. If you've got any other questions about food, you can always ask me. So let's talk about skincare now. So skincare, what you want for your skincare is you want the basics, ladies and gents. You want the basics for anti-aging. So what are the basics? So the top 3 basics would be your vitamin C and ferulic acid, some kind of a retinol product, and hyaluronic acid. So those are the 3 that you need to be incorporating into your skincare regimen, morning and night. So I'll get into this a little bit right now. Now, I want to show you this line. Now, it's kind of exciting, actually. So some of you have heard me talk about Go Pure before. Has anybody, pop it in the chat if you have bought any of the Go Pure. Let me get the light right here. Go Pure. There, now we got focus. Go Pure products. Give me some hearts. Give me some thumbs up. Oh, now we're back in focus here. So Go Pure is a phenomenal brand. And the reason why is that you get a ton of bang for your buck. So I really, really recommend that you stock up. Okay. So Go Pure what they do, Go Pure, and you've heard me talk about them before, is they take out the middleman. So the middleman with a lot of skincare brands and makeup brands you purchase, the middleman is going to be the store, it's going to be the Sephora, it's going to be the packaging, it's going to be the marketing. And the thing that fascinates me about skincare, and has always fascinated me ever since I started nerding out on skincare and reading ingredients lists and talking to formulators and really getting into skincare, was I would read these ingredient lists on really expensive creams that were literally $200 to $300 for a pot this size. And I'd be like, OMG, I cannot believe the junk that is in here, the cheap filler ingredients that are in some of these really expensive brands that are clearly spending a ton of their budget on marketing, on packaging, on whatever it is, storage, shelf space, end caps in stores, the whole 9. So to me, it's really interesting when a brand comes along like Go Pure, that is really, solid, will do the job. It's the work. Think of Go Pure as the workhorse of your anti-aging skincare regime. And whether you're watching this and you are 29 years old or 56 years old like me or 79 years old, it doesn't matter. It's a good time to start looking after your skin right now. Now, Go Pure, right, has a new line. And this is the first time that I'm like, yay, I've known about it for a long time. So it is called their Actives line. All right, can you see that there? Their Actives line. Now take a look. There are 3 products in the Active line. Now, let me tell you about the Actives line. So they've got the basic line, the basic Go Pure line, where there is a retinol, a vitamin C. I'm just going to show you actually the ones that I have here that I really like. So there is the vitamin C cleanser, good one to jump into the shower every single morning to freshen up, to infuse your skin with a bunch of vitamin C before you even begin the day. So this, to me, their vitamin C cleanser with organic aloe, is truly a morning cleanser. It's in the shower, quick, one done, get the night off your skin and give it a little fresh pump, an infusion of vitamin C. All right. So that is the cleanser. Now they also have the, let me get this. They have a hyaluronic acid serum right there. They have a retinol serum and they have a retinol cream. Both amazing. I think many of you have probably tried them before. Okay. And they have one that you've heard me talk about a lot, which is the vitamin C moisturizer right here. Deep hydration with shea butter, jojoba oil, green tea, and tons of vitamin C. All right. So those are some of them, but it's a big line that go. And Catherine, I think you can pop, if you could, Catherine, pop in some links in here. That would be absolutely amazing. Right now, here we go with the Actives line. So the Actives line takes the 3 ingredients that you absolutely need for your anti-aging. And it puts them in these targeted, souped up, if you like, formulations to really pack an anti-aging punch. So again, 56 for me, I definitely want the anti-aging punch. You can use the other products. Here's the thing, they're so well priced that honestly, if you get the regular Go Pure products, you can use those even on your décolleté, because I really do recommend that you use them, bring it all the way down to your décolleté and your neck and even your shoulders, your upper arms and whatnot. So you can use the basic line. There's a question here. Can the same anti-aging products for the face be used on the hands? Yes, they absolutely can. And that's where I would recommend that you would go, if you were using the Go Pure line, that you would use the more basic line for your hands, your arms, your chest, etc. So any other questions, just keep on putting your questions in. Catherine, I think, is answering a lot of questions for you. All right, so the Actives line, you can ask me any questions about the Actives line. So the 3 ingredients that I mentioned earlier that you need for your anti-aging are let's talk about first vitamin C, and when it's mixed with ferulic acid, then it really becomes, powerful. And there's some brands, I can't remember the name of it. Some of you probably know a brand that got really kind of famous and well known for their vitamin C and ferulic acid and whatnot, but it's got other ingredients in there that I don't like. Plus it's super duper expensive. Sorry, just taking a sip of my tea. So anyway, this is their Brighten and Even serum, right? And there you go. And it's got vitamin C and ferulic acid. Okay. So this one you can use morning and night, but I would recommend that you use this serum in the morning. So after you've done your cleansing, so literally you can cleanse with the basic line, the vitamin C cleanser, get out of the shower, right? While your skin's still a little bit damp, you can pop on your Brighten and Even serum. And remember, what your vitamin C does is it sort of keeps those pesky age spots and dark spots sort of in check. Now, it's not going to remove them. So there is no miracle product here. So I try to be very, very realistic about products, because we don't want, to have all these outlandish claims that just aren't true. So don't think that you're going to use your vitamin C and your ferulic acid and all your dark spots are going to disappear, because they're not, but it's going to manage them and it's going to soften them significantly and just keep them in check. Because when we reach a certain age, suddenly, has anybody found this? Suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, suddenly you're seeing a lot of them. And so really that's when you want to reach for a targeted product that is packs a little bit more punch, right? So Brighten and Even serum. Now, remember, your skin stores vitamin C. So if you put it on in the morning, you've got it for the whole day. It actually stores it for 24 hours. So you theoretically don't need to put it on every day, but why not if you've got it there? What else did I want to say about this? It feels really, really good on your skin. All these serums, these active serums from this active line, absorb extremely quickly. And that's what I really like. They are great for all skin types because they're strong enough that they'll pack that anti-aging punch, but not too strong that if you have sensitive skin, you can't use them. You can. And they absorb very quickly. And look, I don't know about you, but for me, I really do want a serum that's going to absorb, because I put on my serums in the day so quickly, particularly in the morning, because I'm in such a rush. So it's like, okay, quick, bring them on, get out of the shower, damp skin, put the first one on, put the second one on, moisturizer, sunscreen, BB cream or CC cream or foundation, gone. And it all happens very quickly. So if I've got to wait for a serum to absorb, or it's an oily serum, not so much, because then if I want to, I just don't want that oily sheen on my face. And some serums can be a little bit on the oily side. All right. So next up is the next thing that you would put on. And this could be your morning routine. And again, ask me any questions, please do. And Catherine, I'm just looking out for any questions if we need to have those. But so you've come out the shower, right? First thing that goes on your skin when you come out the shower is your vitamin C and ferulic acid. And if it's not Go Pure, whatever it is, whatever line you use, some of you who've been following on YouTube do your own DIY, that's great as well. So that goes on first on damp skin, get it in, let it absorb. Now, the next thing that you want to do is plump up your skin with a really high quality hyaluronic acid. Now, this one by Go Pure is triple hyaluronic acid, meaning it has 3 different kinds of hyaluronic acid in the formulation. And this is where it goes next level for me, because what you're going to find out is when you talk to people or you talk to different brands, they'll either use there's 3 different kinds of hyaluronic acid. There's different molecular weights. And so it'll be high molecular weight, low molecular weight, and it can get really confusing and you just don't know where you are. And you're like, well, I don't know what molecular weight I need, but they do different things. And what Go Pure has done is that they formulated this serum to have all 3 kinds of hyaluronic acid in there. So you are completely covered, and it has vitamin E in there. So remember, vitamin E from the foods, right, that I mentioned at the top of this live stream. If you just hopped on, your vitamin E foods are your almonds, your sunflower seeds, your spinach, your avocado, yum, your sweet potato, yum, your dark leafy greens, and your hazelnuts, right? That's where you're going to get all this beautiful vitamin E. And then you're going to actually put it on your skin by way of this beautiful serum, which happens to have 3 different kinds of hyaluronic acid in there. Okay. So lines and actual wrinkles, I think, who asked this, Christy, the truth is that there are, they actually have, I'm glad you asked that, we're going to get to that, is the thing that you want for lines to soften and combat lines. And you're not going to, wrinkles and lines over a certain age, they're just simply, you're not going to get rid of them altogether. You know, when we age, we are going to have a certain amount of wrinkles and lines on our face, depending how your particular face works. But what we can do is we can soften and we can do the best that we can. So are any of these products going to erase? No, absolutely not. Are they going to soften? Absolutely. But let's rather think, rather than wiping out every single wrinkle and line and crease, let's think more about how we can make our skin glow, how we can pump it up, how we can really have a healthy, beautiful, glowing skin. And again, that goes back to number one, mindset. Number one, can you walk in a room, you know, if you're feeling all, you know, if you're walking behind a veil of all these limiting beliefs and beliefs that you have about yourself, that's the first thing that people see when they walk in a room. And that's why it's the first thing that I work on with my private clients, is the energy that walks in the room. And walking in a room feeling confident and happy about who you are, that's the most beautiful thing and the most anti-aging thing, sort of exuding that kind of joy and excitement. But then, you know, the next thing is food. Let's look at food. Let's look at hydration. That helps to add to you feeling amazing. And then we go to our skincare products. Okay, so we've had a couple of questions. Thoughts on CC cream and BB cream. You know, I like some CC creams and BB creams, and it depends. I sort of chop and change. In a pinch, in a rush, I love them. There's one by Suntegrity that I like a lot, which is called Impeccable Skin, because it has a lot of really beautiful ingredients in there, and it provides a sort of decent amount of coverage. So in a pinch, I can throw that on, and it's sort of multifunctional. So sometimes I use that in the summer when I'm in a hurry, when I'm in a rush, when I'm traveling. And sometimes I like to be a little bit more sort of slow, not slow, but sort of intentional about each layer that goes on, meaning that I'll do I want to know all the different layers of serums that go on. So I want to know, oh, okay, there's my vitamin C absorbed. There's my hyaluronic acid on the skin absorbed. Now I'm going to my moisturizer, which I'm going to talk about right now. And then I'm going to put on my SPF, whatever it is, 30 in the winter, whatever, sunscreen, right? And get those sort of pieces. Do you know what I mean? You sort of almost like check those little boxes off. And then I'm going to, you know, apply my makeup. So, you know, CC cream and BB cream, those terms that tend to be used sort of interchangeably. One is a color correcting, the other is a beauty balm or a blemish balm or whatever. There are some that I love. I've done YouTube videos on them. Go look at some of my past videos. For me, and I'm just going to be honest with you, the ones that I tend to like are a little bit more pricey. I think Suntegrity runs in the ballpark of around 40, I don't know, $43, $45. A little goes a long way. The tube does last a long time, but the ones that I like do tend to be a little bit more expensive. So I hope that answers your question, the lady who was asking about BB and CC creams. We've had another question here. When I moisturize my face, I perspire on the face. What to do? That's a really good question. So depending on where you live, I don't know where you live. Maybe it's really humid where you live. If there is humidity, and this is actually a really good question, because when there is humidity, if you live in South Florida, or if you live in South Georgia or whatever, then there is going to be a lot more humidity in the air. And that's a brilliant question, actually, because that leads me to go on to the next thing that I was going to talk about, which is the actives. And I think this is the fourth product in the line, is their Glycopeptide Anti-Wrinkle Moisturizer. All right. A big, huge jar of this. And I have to say with GoPure, even this actives line, which is their targeted for mature skins like mine, skincare line, you are still paying so way less than what you would pay for the same ingredients in products that you would find at a very, very high-end department store, online beauty store, whatever. Seriously, it's so much bang for its buck. Okay, getting that. Okay, great. We've got some great questions here. So getting to this moisturizer. So somebody asked me about the wrinkles. So your best bet is to make sure you have a peptide in your skincare regime. So I talked about, I'm going to get to retinol in a minute. So I talked about the magic 3. So the vitamin C, the hyaluronic acid, and the retinol, right? The magic anti-aging 3. You need to have products that have those ingredients in them in one form or another. Now, it's too much to go. I don't want to make this hours long, this live stream, but within each of those different products, they come in many different forms. So they come in forms for those of you who have acne prone skin, super duper sensitive skin. If you have skin that's not at all sensitive, you can go for a much higher concentration of your vitamin C or different form of vitamin C or retinol. I will say that with the Go Pure line, which is why I really do like talking about them. When they first reached out to me, I was like, oh, really did massive investigation. And I was like, oh, no, this works for my community, because you, my community, my trusted, beautiful, gorgeous community, want stuff that's going to work, and you don't want to necessarily pay through you want it to be budget friendly. So it really ticked those boxes for me. Now, so we've got the vitamin C, we've got the retinol, we've got the hyaluronic acid, the magic 3 ingredients. I'll say them one more time. Write this down so you do not forget. Vitamin C comes in different forms. Vitamin C, L-ascorbic acid, or there's many different forms that it can come in. Vitamin C, when it's mixed with ferulic acid, as it is in this Go Actives Brighten and Even Serum, the link for that, Catherine, will you put the link for this particular serum in now, since we're talking about it? This is anti-aging ingredient number 1 to brighten and even your skin. Okay, and it is called the Brighten and Even Serum, right? That one, Catherine's just putting in the link right now. That is ingredient number 1. Ingredient number 2 is a hyaluronic acid. You've heard that term before. Everybody's like, oh, it contains what doesn't contain hyaluronic acid now? Seriously, lip balms and lip glosses and this and that and the other. But, right, in this case, and Catherine, if you would mind, thank you, you're being amazing, Catherine, just putting in the link for this guy, is the Hydrate and Smooth Serum, which has 3 different kinds of hyaluronic acid in it. So you're covered, the different molecular weights. Now, for the lady who asked about sweating after you put your moisturizer on, and if you live in a very humid, place, this is what you want. Get this, and then you probably won't need a moisturizer, because this is going to plump your skin. I said plump your skin from the inside out. That's what these different kinds of hyaluronic acid do. It's an inside. So one of them gets into the layers of your skin, and one of them sits on your skin and attracts the moisture to your skin. But it won't slide off your face. You can do, if it's very humid and if you tend to sweat a lot, then you might just want this, and then you will put on a sunscreen, and then you will put on your makeup. Okay. Now, I think somebody asked me, there was here we go. Question. Do you have a Holy Grail sunscreen? That's a tricky one, because I have quite a few Holy Grail sunscreens. I'm going to go with, if you want budget friendly, I would go with a Michelle is a good one. If you want incredible quality, because it has a lot of other anti-aging ingredients in, I would do Suntegrity. So those are 2 that I really, really, truly like. I also like, and this is for the lady who said that she sweats, thank you for being honest, or as we say in England, perspires, that I love the brushes. All right, so for sunscreen, because they're double duty, because the brushes, like Color Science is a really good one. And there's another brand that I've just recently reviewed that does a really nice brush. I can't remember right now what it is. It'll come back to me. But Color Science is brilliant. The brush on sunscreens is SPF 50. And again, if you're somebody who tends to sweat during the day and perspire, that's wonderful, because that'll just keep you really well protected. And all you might need is the peptide. It's not the peptide, the hyaluronic, and then that. Okay. Now, I just want to talk very quickly about, this is a very interesting moisturizer, this Go Pure Actives. Catherine, if you wouldn't mind putting that link in, you probably have already. I'm going to get to the oh, yes, sorry. the magic 3, I digress. I get distracted with your questions. So we did magic 3. We did number 1, vitamin C, link is in there. Number 2, hyaluronic acid for the Hydrating Smooth Serum, link is in the chat. Number 3 is your retinol product. So the retinol is called the Firm and Lift Serum. All of these are bottles of serums, right? Now, the retinol that they use is really interesting in this particular serum because it's retinol 2.0 and an ingredient called can never say it. It's bakuchiol. And bakuchiol is a really kind of hot, trending ingredient right now because it's a very natural form and an often more gentle form of retinol. But they, again, genius, thank you, Go Pure, have comboed both. So you don't feel like, oh, am I really getting enough retinol just with the bakuchiol, but you're getting both in here. And I want to show you, Catherine, would you put that link in? I think she just has, Catherine. This is what the bottles look like. All right. So you're going to open it up. You're going to get a dropper full. Not going to waste this now. And on it goes, straight on your skin, absorbs instantaneously. All right, it's slightly moisturizing. It's not like water that it just totally absorbs. And actually, all of these serums are like that. Oh, Cass said sensitive skin. You know, Cass, all of these, I think, are really, really doable for sensitive skin. You know, if you have chronic rosacea, and lots of broken skin, then I would probably have to reach out to Go Pure to really make sure that they're leading you to either whether they want you to go with the basics line or this more targeted line. I would suggest you do that, or if anybody watching has raging kind of like red, really inflamed skin, then maybe do that. But I think if your skin is just a little sensitive, Cass, I think you are going to be okay with that line. Okay, so I'm just going to check if we've got any other questions while we're here. I've got my phone here with Catherine, which is fantastic. Okay, we've got the magic 3. We've done the retinol. Oh, so Catherine says we get so many questions about puffy eyes. Okay, so remember again, ladies, puffy eyes, right? We really want to look to our diet. Are you hydrating enough? Very, very important. You know, really not drinking too much caffeine. You know, sometimes with puffy eyes, there can be underlying conditions in there. There can be adrenal function. There's all sorts of things. So this is really, really important. But for puffy eyes, glad you should ask, is, again, Go Pure has an eye gel. Oh, can I get in focus there? Now look at that. I want you to look at the ingredients there. Eye bright extract, matrixyl, which is a peptide, plant stem cells, and vitamin E. All in a soothing eye gel that is so budget friendly. And if you do have puffy eyes, this is what it looks like, little pump dispenser. And if you do, my friends, have puffy eyes, you're probably better off with a gel because it's lighter on the skin. It's soothing and light. You can keep it in the fridge so that it keeps it really cool, and then just pop it on, dab it on. And it's got peptides in it. So I was just going to talk a little bit about those peptides, because peptides, if there was a fourth kind of anti-aging ingredient that you definitely want to have in your regime, it would be peptides. So we've got vitamin C, we've got hyaluronic acid, we've got retinol, and then we have peptides. Okay, so your peptides are going to be in that little eye gel there. Catherine, I hate to ask you again, but if you would put that link in. Catherine's been amazing because it's too complex for me to put all the links in while I'm talking a mile a minute. But this cream is absolutely amazing by Go Pure. It is the Glycopeptide Anti-Wrinkle Moisturizer with advanced peptides in it. So this you could use as a day cream. If you need, I need a daytime moisturizer because I live in a desert. I live in Los Angeles. So it's so dry here. The moisture is sucked out of my skin. So I need basically those 3 in the daytime, the C, the hyaluronic, and the cream, right? Packing my skin with peptides that are really great for a sort of natural lifting of your skin. Now, the retinol, oh, great. The retinol you're going to use at night, okay? This is just in from Kerry. This is so sweet. Kerry, I'm so glad you're on. I'm sorry if I can't acknowledge you because the comments are going so quickly that I can't see who's on, but I know there are some beautiful ladies from my Ignite program who've just, quite recently completed my, it's my 12-week coaching program. And Kerry is on, and Kerry said, my skin issues highly improved after the Ignite program. Thank you, Sophie. And that is 100% to be expected because of everything you're doing. And Kerry is like a goddess because Kerry did my program. Some of you might have seen her. I did a case study video with her a while ago, and she just did it and still is doing everything to a T. But really, as Kerry will tell you, and you're welcome to ask her questions on this live stream, as Kerry really found that it was an inside job. So it is inside and outside job, but it's the inside job. It is the meditation, because the meditation reduces the stress levels. Then you're not releasing all that cortisol and really sort of those stress hormones will mess up your skin faster than anything else. So it's relieving the stress, and it is flooding your body with nutrients every single day. So Kerry, that's why your skin greatly improved after the Ignite program. So thank you for saying that. Okay. Another question. If you buy the Actives line and Go Pure Cleanser, is that all you need? There's always so many choices. It's hard to decide. That's a really good question. And I just wish that I could see here if there is. Let me, you know what I'm going to say to answer your question is I'm going to say yes and no to that. So here is the question. If you buy the Actives line, which is those 3 products, the C, the hyaluronic, the retinol, and the peptides cream, and the vitamin C cleanser, is that all you would need? And I would say no, it isn't, because what you need is a cleanser for the nighttime. Now, this is going to depend. If you wear makeup in the day and you've got eye makeup and foundation and all that needs to be removed, you will need a makeup melting cleanser, a really creamy cleanser. So I've done other videos on that. There's other products that I can recommend. And if you want recommendations for a super creamy makeup melting cleanser, just put that in the chat. Say, yes, I want a recommendation for that, and I'll pop that in there. Okay. So hopefully that answers that question. What Go Pure product do you recommend? Oh, and by the way, there is more in the Actives line than just these 3 products. So there are cleansers and there are other products, these 4 products, excuse me. So please go check it out. Go to their website. Catherine's just putting the link in there now, and go and make sure you check out their entire line, because they have some fantastic products in there as well. Okay, so what Go Pure product do you recommend starting with? Oh, that is such a tough one. I would say, what is your concern? What do you want to target? So if you want to target your skin tone being more even, and you want to have even skin tone and brown spots, I would start with using the vitamin C serum, the Brighten and Even, definitely every day, if not twice a day. That would be your starting point. If your concern is you've got very dry skin, then I would start with the hyaluronic acid. If your concern is, I just want to start using retinol, because you need retinol. You use your retinol only at night. Don't want to use your retinol in the morning. You use it at night, and then it's going to do its magic while you sleep. But it helps to thicken your skin, and it helps to increase cell turnover. That's why you need retinol. As we age, our skin gets thinner and thinner. And that's very often why it seems like you go, why have I got dark bags or shadows underneath my eyes? And it's not necessarily that they've got worse. It's those dark patches under your eyes. It's more so that the skin is thinner. So you're seeing the veins underneath the eyes, and it comes across as it being a dark color there. So that's where we need to thicken our skin. So that's what retinol does. So everybody needs to be using a retinol. And this is a really, really good one in the actives line. And then they have one as well. They also have in their regular line, they have have I got it here? No, I haven't got it here. They have a retinol cream from the basic line as well. So somebody else asked, can you use these products on your arm? Absolutely. Skin is skin. You can use them anywhere. But what I would maybe recommend is if you're using the actives line, take the actives line on your face, your neck, and your chest, and then you could go to the more basic line, as I said before, for your arms, and your hands. Okay, so also Go Pure has a body line as well. So that's really important. They have a body care line. So you can check that out. Really great hand cream. For those of you who don't like a scent in your hand cream, a lot of you don't want a scented cream on your hands at all. So it's unscented, particularly if you have sensitive hands. Some of you, because of all the constant hand washing and the antibacterials, you're getting cracked and very dry and inflamed hands, I'm seeing with a lot of people. So their nourishing hand cream is coconut oil, pomegranate, and rosehip seed oil, and it's unscented. So that might be something that you really want. Oh yes, retinol products should only be used at night. I'm sorry if there was some confusion there. Yes, your retinol products just at night. Now, keep in mind, everybody, that retinol will make your skin a little bit more sun sensitive. So when you start using retinol products religiously at night, you also religiously need to use your sunscreen. And so use your sunscreen even in the winter months, even if it's not blaring sun, even if you're not going out, make sure that you are doing your retinol, your sunscreen religiously. That's the one thing. As we get older and we start doing these different things to our skin, whether it's the glycolic peels, and peels have a really great place. I think there is a peel somewhere in here, but there's other brands that do really good peels as well. Some of these products have glycolic in them, but when we start using products like glycolic peels and alpha hydroxy acids and retinols, these are things that increase cell turnover, and they're basically ungluing dead skin cells that sit on the surface of your skin, which leads to your skin looking really dry and dull. So they're kind of sloughing them off in a way, leaving younger looking skin underneath. But what comes with that is that you absolutely have to sunscreen like crazy. Okay, any other questions before we go, because we're almost out of time? Oh, that was a question there that I saw. Can the products be used on eyelids? Okay, great question. I would not recommend that you do vitamin C or retinol on your eyelids. In fact, most of these products I wouldn't use on your eyelids, because it can just get stuck in your eyelashes. It can irritate your eyes. But what you can use, and you can dab a little bit on your eyelids, is the eye gel. And that's soothing, and that really works. So you can just dab it on there. Remember, everyone, and this is a really good point here, is when you're sunscreening, okay, make sure that you put a little dab of sunscreen on maybe your little finger, and then the last place that you want to sunscreen is this part of your eye here, right? If you're wearing makeup, before you put your makeup on, if you're wearing a little, some of these lovely makeup products where you have a little eye base or whatever, but those do not come with SPF. Remember, we do get a lot of sun on this area of our eye, and this can get really discolored, this part of our eye, between our eyelid and our eyebrow as we get older. So do make sure that you're paying attention to that, because sometimes you go out, you're not wearing sunglasses. And, don't forget, you're getting the UVA and the UVB rays through glass, even in the winter, even when you're not wearing sunglasses, okay? Make sure that that's a really good point. Please make sure that you are subscribed to, last questions. Make sure you're subscribed to my email list. So you can just get on. We only send emails that are full of really great value for you, and no ads or anything like that. And one of them, you sign up and you can get on my 5-day health and happiness email journey. And Catherine's put the link in right now. So please make sure you subscribe, because we have a beauty box coming up. When I can't tell you exactly when, but this is everybody. Raise your hand or put it in the chat if you like those beauty boxes. They're just amazing value. They're like, sort of over $300 worth of products for, $50 to $60. So it's a really good bargain. And I curate and bring in some of my favorite kind of new products, and maybe products that you've never heard. So if you want to be on the first to know list, if you actually want to be on the first to know anything from Team Sophie Juliano or Gorgeously Green, you really do need to be on that list, because that's the first place that we can alert you to, hey, there's a new YouTube video, or there's a beauty box coming out, or there's a new recipe, or there's whatever it is. So please make sure you're on that. Okay, last questions here. Full nighttime routine, please. All right, very quickly. All right, thank you for all that, everybody. Cheryl is another graduate of my Ignite program, who is just an angel, who is an extraordinary woman. Love you, Cheryl. Love you, Carrie. And let me know if anybody else is on from my program who's either active in my program right now. Put in the chat now, because I can actually, I'm focusing on the chat and I can actually see you. All right, so nighttime routine, super duper quick. So cleanse is where you need to be focusing on in the evening. You need to probably do a 2-step cleanse. Almost everybody, a wish and a prayer with just quick, like swoop, like the cleansing cloths, or a quick micellar water, or a quick whatever, isn't going to do it. You have to cleanse thoroughly. It's one of the top things that I've learned from all the many dermatologists that I've interviewed and worked with, and for my book, which I wrote a book where we really dug into skincare. It was just the big commonality. It's the thing that's the most annoying to have to do, isn't it? But really, you want a 2-step cleanse. So get in there. First step of the cleanse is a makeup melting cleanse. There was a little glitch there. Get that off your face, and maybe a little separate eye makeup remover. We don't want to pull at our eyelids, right? So you might need one. You can find maybe a little oil-free one to gently remove the eye makeup. That would be sort of the first thing that I would do, is if I'm wearing mascara and eye makeup, I'll just remove that first, right? And then we'll go on to, a full creamy makeup cleansing all over. Remember, even if you're not wearing makeup or sunscreen on you, well, you probably are wearing sunscreen on your chest. So take the cleanser all the way down. If you're in the shower, obviously easy. If you're just doing it in the sink, then it's just a little bit more, you've got to have a good, what a little hair tie thingy on, little terry cloth thing that I have. So get doing with that. Then you want to use a cleanser that will further kind of refine and really deep clean your skin. You could use the vitamin C cleanser by Go Pure Again at night, or you could use another one, or you could use a toner, or you could use a micellar water, whatever's going to, because you'll notice on that second step of the cleanse that if you're using a cotton pad, that as you go over, you'll be like, oh my gosh, first round, I thought that I'd really done a good cleanse, but clearly not. So you really want to make sure that, everything is really beautifully well cleansed. Even if you're not wearing makeup, remember, there's the sunscreen. The sunscreen attracts the dust, the dirt, the grime, you've been perspiring, sweating, whatever. Really beautiful cleanse. Then the next thing that you're going to put on at night is the most active product. So as soon as you finish with that cleanse, you're going to go to your retinol product. That's the next thing that goes on. So when you layer your products, think of the most active product going on first. So that's when your retinol goes straight onto the skin. All right. Then let it absorb. It'll just take a couple of minutes here. And then depending on, again, the humidity of where you live, if you are in South Florida and it is like crazy humidity in the air, that maybe is all you need. You may not need a moisturizer. If, however, your skin does get dry and you wake up with dry skin, then that's when you put on your moisturizer. And this one by Actives is really fantastic. So that's your nighttime routine. Okay, so anything else before I go? coconut oil to remove eye makeup. If it works for you, go ahead. It's a little bit too heavy and greasy for me, but yeah, I mean, you can totally do that. You know, it depends. And it depends if you want, you know, a lot of ladies want to use one that's oil free. So, you know, that would be the way to go as well. No, but just be really careful with your eyes. Laurie lives in South Florida. And you still get itchy skin. Okay, Pamela said I can't see where to sign up. Catherine, do you mind just dumping that in one more time, the email sign up? Catherine's just going to put that in right now, Pamela, so you should be able to see that. Oh, Sheila, we don't mind that you're late. Better late than never. Oh my gosh, I'm just so glad that you're here. Let me just see if there's anything else going on here. Okay, Sheila says she loves the Go Pure Vitamin C Cleanser. She loves it. And just keep it in your shower. Just use it every single morning. And just seeing if there's anything else. You're welcome, Luann. Oh my gosh, all my lovely regulars here. We're almost out because it's past the hour. I gotta go. All right, lips. We'll do lips another time. We'll do lipsticks and a whole thing on lip care, and we'll just do that a whole another time. But just to that, remember that you bring your anti-aging products just where, you know, you can bring them right down on the upper lip, the chin, under the chin, etc. You really want to make sure that you're sort of covering all your bases there. All right, so do you need a toner? You don't have to have a toner. I love toners, and there is one that's called the Hydrating Toner, really simple one by Go Pure, and I like it because it's got witch hazel, aloe vera, and rose hip oil. So it's really great because the witch hazel is an astringent, so it'll remove all the excess dirt and grime, but then it has the aloe and the rose hip oil that it won't strip your skin or dry you out. So it's a really nice one. It's just called their Hydrating Toner. I love toners. I just happen to, but again, not absolutely necessary. If you were going to remove one item from your skincare routine, I would say probably a toner would be the one that you don't absolutely have to have. And they can be lovely, and there's lots of mists that you can get that target and do all that kind of thing. That's for another time. That's for some of the YouTube videos that I do. And by the way, I've got some really exciting YouTube videos coming up on skincare and all sorts of other things. So again, make sure you're subscribed. When in doubt, subscribe to my newsletter, because I'll always let you know when the video comes out with extra information, but also many of you are subscribed to my channel anyway. Can you use retinol in the morning, Mary? I wouldn't recommend it, Mary. I really wouldn't, because it makes your skin a little sun sensitive. So I would just recommend using it at night. Okay, so that's all from me, Catherine. Thank you for being on and putting in tirelessly all those links. We are so appreciative and grateful for that. If you've asked questions during this live that I have not been able to answer and get to, I will go in afterwards, as will Catherine, and we'll try and give you links or put in recommendations or answer anything else that you needed. And that's it from me. Have a really beautiful rest of your evening. See you next week. And finally, if you haven't already, and you're a little bit newer to me, make sure you watch my 5 Shifts Masterclass, because that really does go into what I'm most passionate about, which is from the inside out. Is everything from the inside out. And when you're happy, you're your ideal weight, you feel strong, you feel healthy, you're nourishing your body, then that's really where this entire thing begins and ends. And then the skincare and the makeup is the icing on the cake. So that's it from me. Have a lovely, lovely week, and I will catch you all soon. Bye-bye.